My husband has been having an affair with his female boss for the past year, and I only found out because she called me drunk last night crying and confessing everything, including the fact that she's pregnant and doesn't know if the baby is her husband's or my husband's. She told me she's been sleeping with both of them and the timeline overlaps, and she's terrified because if the baby is my husband's, it will destroy two marriages and potentially her career since workplace affairs are against company policy. I'm sitting here in shock because not only has my husband been cheating, but he might have gotten his boss pregnant, and his boss is also married, which means there's another innocent person who has no idea their spouse has been betraying them. The affair partner called me instead of telling her own husband or my husband because she's panicking and wanted to confess to someone and apparently thought I'd be sympathetic or help her figure out what to do, but all I can think about is how my entire life just exploded and I have no idea what to do next. The phone call that changed everything. It was 11:30 p.m. on a Tuesday when my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but my husband Ryan, 34M, was on a business trip, and I thought maybe it was him calling from a hotel phone. Hello. Heavy breathing, then crying. A woman's voice, slurred with alcohol. Is this Nicole? Yes, who is this? It's Amanda. Amanda Chen. Your husband's boss. I knew who she was. Ryan worked as a senior analyst at a consulting firm. Amanda was the VP who managed his department. I'd met her at company events. Polished, professional, married to some finance guy. Why was she calling me drunk at 11:30 p.m.? Amanda? Is Ryan okay? Did something happen?
He's fine.
God, I don't know how to say this. I need to tell you something and you're going to hate me, but I can't keep this secret anymore, and I don't know what else to do. My heart started pounding. What's going on? Ryan and I have been having an affair. For about a year. Since last March. And I'm pregnant. And I don't know if it's my husband's baby or Ryan's baby, because I've been sleeping with both of them, and the timing is all wrong, and I'm freaking out. I felt like the room was spinning. What? And then she just started talking, words pouring out in a tearful, drunken confession. How it started at a work conference when they'd both had too much to drink. How it continued as a mistake they kept making. How they'd meet up during his supposed business trips or when she worked late. How she knew it was wrong, but she couldn't stop. How she'd just taken a pregnancy test that afternoon, and it was positive, and now she was panicking because she didn't know who the father was. Why are you telling me this? I finally managed to ask. Because I need help. I need someone to talk to, and I can't tell David. That's my husband. And I can't tell Ryan yet because I don't know whose baby it is, and I'm just so scared, and I thought maybe you'd understand or know what to do, or... You thought I'd help you? You've been sleeping with my husband for a year, and you want my help figuring out if you're pregnant with his baby? I know it sounds insane. I'm drunk and I'm not thinking straight. I just needed to tell someone. I hung up on her. Then I threw up. Then I called Ryan. The confrontation. Ryan answered on the second ring. Hey babe, what's up? It's late there. Amanda just called me. Silence. Then, what? Your boss. Amanda. She called me drunk. Told me everything. About the affair. About the pregnancy. More silence. I could practically hear him panicking. Nicole, I can explain. Explain what? That you've been fucking your married boss for a year? That she might be pregnant with your baby? Which part needs explaining, Ryan? It's not what you think. She gave me specific details. Dates, locations, the conference where it started. What part am I misunderstanding? I was going to tell you.
I swear.
I was going to end it.
When?
When were you going to tell me? Before or after she had your baby? Nicole, please let me come home. Let me talk to you in person. Where are you really? Are you actually on a business trip or are you with her? I'm actually in Chicago for work. How do I believe anything you say? How do I know you're not in her bed right now? I can send you a picture of my hotel room. I can FaceTime you right now. I don't want to see your face. I can't even look at you. I hung up. He called back 6 times. I didn't answer. The sleepless night.
I didn't sleep that night.
I paced around our apartment, looking at everything we'd built together over 5 years of marriage. The furniture we'd picked out. The photos on the walls. The life we'd created. All of it felt fake now. I kept replaying Amanda's phone call in my head. The things she'd said. The details I didn't want to know, but now couldn't unknow. They'd been together at least a dozen times. Sometimes in hotels during conferences. Sometimes in her office after hours. Once in our apartment when I was visiting my parents, he told me he had to work late, but really he'd brought her to our home. She described things about him I'd thought were just ours. Private jokes. The way he drinks his coffee. His birthmark that most people don't know about. Around 3 a.m., my phone buzzed with a text from Amanda. I'm so sorry. I know you hate me. I hate myself. I'm getting an abortion. You don't have to worry about the baby. I'm telling David everything tomorrow. I just wanted you to know I'm so sorry.
I didn't respond.
What was I supposed to say? Thank you for sleeping with my husband, but congratulations on the abortion? At 6 a.m., Ryan came home. He'd caught an early flight, driven straight from the airport. I heard his key in the lock and felt my whole body tense. The truth. Ryan looked terrible. Eyes red, hair disheveled, still in yesterday's clothes. He set his bag down and just stood there. I'm sorry, he said. I'm so sorry. How long has it really been going on? She told you. About a year. Tell me everything. I want details. I want the truth. No more lies. He sat down at the kitchen table. I stayed standing, leaning against the counter, arms crossed. It started at the regional conference in March last year. We'd both been drinking. We ended up talking at the hotel bar after the event. One thing led to another. We hooked up that night. And then we agreed it was a mistake, that it couldn't happen again. But then a few weeks later, we were working late on a project, and it happened again. And then it just kept happening. Did you love her? He was quiet for a long moment.
No.
It wasn't about love. It was about, I don't know, the excitement, the risk, feeling wanted. It sounds stupid, but it made me feel like I was more than just a regular guy with a regular life. What's wrong with our regular life? Nothing. That's the thing. Nothing was wrong. You're amazing. Our marriage is good. I had no reason to do this. I was just selfish and stupid. Did you know she was sleeping with her husband too? During the same time period?
Yeah.
She told me she couldn't leave him, that this was just physical between us. So, you were fine being the other man? I wasn't thinking about it like that. I wasn't thinking at all. I was just doing what felt good in the moment. And when she got pregnant, I didn't know until she called you. She texted me after and told me what she'd done. That she'd confessed everything to you. I panicked. Is it your baby? I don't know. She said she's getting an abortion, so we'll never know. Does her husband know yet? I don't think so. She said she was telling him today. I felt a wave of sympathy for this man I'd never met. Amanda's husband, David. He was about to have the same horrible day I was having. What happens now? Ryan asked. I don't know. I need you to leave. Stay somewhere else. I need space to think. Nicole, please.
Leave. Now.
Before I say something I can't take back. He left. I locked the door behind him and finally let myself cry. The other husband. 2 days later, I got a call from an unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Is this Nicole? A man's voice.
Strained.
Yes. This is David Chin, Amanda's husband. I think we need to talk. We met at a coffee shop that afternoon. David was about 40, nice suit, wedding ring still on his finger. He looked as devastated as I felt. Amanda told me everything yesterday, he said. About the affair. The pregnancy. All of it. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry you are too. I don't even have words for how insane this is. We sat in silence for a moment, two strangers bonded by betrayal. How long have you and Amanda been married? I asked. 12 years. We have 2 kids. 7 and 9. My heart sank. Oh God, the kids.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. They're going to be devastated. Amanda and I are getting divorced. I can't stay with someone who did this. Who lied for a year. who brought her affair partner into our home. Apparently, Ryan was at our house twice for work events. He brought her to our apartment once, when I was out of town. Jesus. What is wrong with these people? I don't know. Ryan says it was about excitement and feeling wanted. That it wasn't about me or our marriage. Like that makes it better. Amanda said something similar. That she still loves me, but she got caught up in something that made her feel young and desired. She's 38. I guess having an affair with a younger employee made her feel powerful or something. Ryan's 34. Not that much younger. Younger enough, apparently. David rubbed his face. I'm going to lose half my assets in the divorce. The kids are going to split time between households. Our families are going to be scandalized. And for what? So Amanda could have a midlife crisis affair? What's happening with her job? She resigned. She had to. Company policy prohibits relationships between supervisors and direct reports. HR was going to fire her anyway once this came out. Ryan's probably going to be fired too. I hadn't even thought about that. Ryan's career was probably over at that company. What are you going to do about your marriage? David asked. I don't know yet. Part of me wants to forgive him and try to work through this. We've been together 7 years. That's a lot of history. But another part of me is just done. I don't know if I can ever trust him again. I felt the same way for about 12 hours. Then I realized I was making excuses because I was scared of being alone and starting over. But the truth is, I deserve better than someone who'd betray me for a year and only stopped because she got pregnant and panicked. You deserve better. So, do you, Nicole? We talked for 2 more hours. Shared stories about our cheating spouses. Commiserated about how our lives were being upended. Exchanged phone numbers and promised to check in on each other as we navigated our respective divorces. Walking back to my car, I realized David was right. I deserved better than Ryan. And I wasn't going to get better by staying with someone who'd betrayed me so thoroughly. I called Ryan that night. He was staying at his brother's place. I want a divorce, I said. Nicole, please. Can we just talk about this? Can we try counseling? I don't want to try counseling. I don't want to spend months or years working through your betrayal. I just want out. We can work through this. People get past affairs all the time. Do you know what the worst part is? It's not even the cheating. It's that you watched me every day for a year while you were lying to me. You kissed me goodbye in the mornings and came home to me at night and let me believe everything was fine. You let me make plans for our future. We talked about having kids, Ryan. We were going to start trying this year. I know. I'm so sorry. You stole a year of my life. A year I could have spent with someone who actually respected me, who didn't think our marriage was so boring he needed to fuck his boss for excitement. That's not fair. None of this is fair. You don't get to tell me what's fair. He was quiet. I'll file the papers this week, I said. We can do this amicably, or you can fight me. Your choice. I won't fight you.
You're right.
You deserve better.
Yeah.
I do. The aftermath. That was 3 months ago. The divorce is almost finalized. Ryan didn't contest anything. I think he felt too guilty to fight. We're splitting assets 50-50, even though I wanted to take him for everything. My lawyer said it would be faster and cheaper to just agree to a fair split. Ryan did get fired from the consulting firm. HR investigated and found multiple policy violations. His career in that industry is basically over, word gets around. He's working at a much smaller company, now making less than half what he used to make. Amanda and David's divorce is messy. They're fighting over custody of the kids and splitting assets. Last I heard from David, it's gotten ugly. The kids are in therapy. Amanda's having a hard time finding work in her field because of the scandal. I don't feel bad for either of them. They made their choices. I moved out of the apartment Ryan and I shared. Too many memories. I'm renting a small 1-bedroom in a different neighborhood. It's a fresh start. David and I have become unlikely friends. We text every few days, meet for coffee occasionally. It's nice having someone who understands what I went through, who doesn't judge me for my complicated feelings about everything. He told me last week that his divorce should be finalized next month. that he's thinking about moving to a different city for a fresh start once the custody arrangement is settled. I'm thinking about doing the same. Maybe a new city, new job, new everything. Leave all of this behind. Reflections. People ask me if I ever think about what could have been if Amanda hadn't called me that night. Would Ryan have kept the affair going? Would he have eventually left me for her? Would I have ever found out? I think about it sometimes. In some alternate universe, maybe I'm still married to Ryan, blissfully unaware, making plans for a future built on lies. I'm glad I'm not in that universe. The truth is painful, but it's better than living a lie. Even when the truth destroys everything you thought you had. I'm not grateful to Amanda for calling me. She didn't do it out of kindness or honesty. She did it because she was drunk and panicking and needed someone to help her solve her problem. I just happened to be that someone. But I am grateful I found out. That I got to make an informed choice about my life instead of being strung along indefinitely. Some of my friends think I gave up too easily. That I should have tried counseling, given Ryan a second chance. That everyone makes mistakes. But here's the thing. This wasn't a mistake. A mistake is a one-time bad decision. This was a year-long pattern of deliberate choices. Every time Ryan kissed Amanda, every time he lied to me about where he was, every time he came home and acted normal, those were choices. And I get to make a choice too. I choose not to spend my energy trying to fix something someone else broke. I choose not to spend years wondering if he's really at work or with another woman. I choose not to live with someone I can't trust. I choose myself. Moving forward. I'm doing okay now. Better than okay some days. I'm in therapy working through trust issues and rebuilding my sense of self-worth. I've reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with. I've picked up hobbies I'd abandoned. I'm remembering who I was before Ryan. I went on a date last week. First one since the divorce started. It was awkward and strange, and I spent the whole time comparing the guy to Ryan, which wasn't fair to him. But it was a start. David said he's going to wait a year before dating again. Let his kids adjust to the divorce. Get himself to a better place emotionally. I respect that. I'm not sure what my timeline is. Some days I think I'll never trust anyone again. Other days I think I'll meet someone new and build something better than what I had with Ryan. For now, I'm just focusing on myself, on healing, on building a life I'm proud of. Ryan texted me last week. I know you don't want to hear from me, but I want you to know I'm in therapy. I'm working on myself. I know I can't undo what I did, but I want to be better. You deserved better. I'm sorry. I didn't respond. There's nothing left to say. He made his choices. I made mine. And I'm okay with that. Final thoughts. If you're reading this and you're in a similar situation, if you've just found out about an affair, if you're trying to decide whether to stay or go, I can't tell you what to do. Everyone's situation is different. Some people successfully rebuild after infidelity. Some people can't. What I can tell you is this. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking you're being paranoid or oversensitive. And know that you don't owe anyone your forgiveness. You don't owe anyone a second chance. You don't have to be the bigger person or take the high road. You just have to do what's right for you. For me, that meant walking away. It meant starting over. It meant choosing the pain of divorce over the pain of staying with someone who betrayed me. Was it the right choice? I think so. Time will tell. But at least now I'm living my truth instead of someone else's lie. And that's worth something. Update, 6 months later. I'm writing this from my new apartment in Seattle. I took the leap and moved cities. New job, new place, new life. It's been 6 months since I found out about the affair. The divorce has been finalized for 2 months now. I'm officially single. David moved too. He's in Portland now. We still text sometimes. His kids are doing better. He started dating someone new. I'm happy for him. As for me, I'm still figuring things out. I went on a few more dates. Nothing serious yet, but I'm open to it. I'm learning to trust again, slowly. I saw on social media that Ryan has a new girlfriend. That stung a little, I won't lie. But mostly I just felt nothing. He's not my problem anymore. Amanda lost her job and her marriage. From what I heard through the grapevine, She's working in a different field now and struggling. Part of me feels bad for her. A smaller part feels like she got what she deserved. Mostly, I just don't think about either of them much anymore. They're part of my past. A chapter that's closed. I'm writing new chapters now. Better ones. And I'm the only author of my story. Comments locked. Thanks for all the support.